It is 7 o'clock. Welcome. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the roll call, please.
You bet. Shoemaker?
Here.
Vaughn?
Here.
Pullen? Here. Hofstadter?
Here.
Hahn?
Here.
Kellogg? Here.
Okay, so this weekend is the Holmes County Home and Garden Market at the Mount Hope Event Center. The March Dinner with the Presidents has been canceled. We didn't get enough tickets sold for that, so we're kind of thinking about adding that to a Clue game, maybe doing Presidents at the Victorian House with a Clue game. So that will be upcoming. And then we have some things coming in May and June that have been on the schedule. There's no update with the bicentennial. Are there any visitors that wish to address council? All right, can we have a motion to suspend the reading of the minutes, please?
Second.
Pullen? Aye. Hofstadter?
Aye.
Shoemaker?
Aye.
Vaughn?
Aye.
Kahn?
Aye.
Kellogg?
Yes. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, can we have a motion to approve, please?
I so move.
I'll second.
Shoemaker?
Aye.
Kellogg?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Aye.
Pullen? Hofstadter?
Aye.
Kahn?
Aye.
All right, we have Bill Resolution 2024-6. Are there any questions on the bills totaling $164,965.88?
Nate, what was the story with the downtown window?
Oh, a tree we had removed.
Okay.
It scraped against and scratched the glass.
Wow. Okay.
So we just went ahead and covered the cost of replacing the pane.
Okay.
It wasn't a full window replacement, just the outer pane.
Okay.
Any other questions? We have a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills. Khan.
Second.
Kahn?
Aye.
Vaughn?
Aye.
Shoemaker?
Aye.
Pullen? Hofstadter?
Aye.
And Kellogg?
Yes. Okay, Nate.
All right, the design review board will meet on March 5th at 6 o'clock. Got 3 applications for them to consider. Sweet Tea Design up at the Chamber Building, their window signage. Trusty Wood Showroom and Warehouse is coming in down here at 144 West Jackson, and then the Chamber themselves have a project, door and window replacement as part of their overall revamping on the first floor. Anything you want to throw out about that, Tiff, while you're here?
It's just in response to the comprehensive plan for the county. The chamber took action on one of the action items, which was a visitor center that's open after hours and on weekends, so that visitors can still access information even if our staff's not there. Also within that will be a accessible public restroom with an adult changing table for adults with special needs. So all of our administrative offices will move to the back, and then the front will be open, an open lobby for our visitors.
If you need help moving the table, don't call Chad and me. They were in a bind when it showed up, so we went up to help, and it's very well built. Let me say that.
To be fair, the girl in my office told him, "Can you help us get a door open?"
Yeah. Neighbors helping neighbors, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Nothing obviously on the concrete projects. Even though it warmed up today, we got to get everything lined up before we can start tackling things. Still working on vehicle quotes for the 2 vehicles we've got in our budget this year. I'll obviously report back once we get that information. The Durapatcher, we did win the auction on Gov Deals last week. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. The final price with the buyer's premium was $19,350, and we split that in half with Hardy Township, which is what the agreement was. So, planning on going up to get it Thursday. Obviously, that depends on everybody's schedules, but that's the goal. And then get some material rounded up. ODOT and the county have both offered training. They both have them, and they've offered any assistance we need in getting up and running on it. So that's great. Greatly appreciate that from them. and start patching holes. Street sweeping, we've been looking at, as opposed to hiring out like we normally do where we get them in for a day or two, or a night or two, I should say. They usually come in the evenings. We've got a couple leads on rentals. We could rent a sweeper and run it ourselves for a week at a time. And I'm thinking if we do that, we'd have enough time in that week that we could hit the mains really good, work around vehicles that may be parked, you know, at the hotel for a night. They more than likely will be gone the next, so we could come back and not have to skip anything. And then also, that would give us a lot of opportunities, several days, go out and hit the different neighborhoods that typically don't get swept. I'm kind of looking at it as like a spring cleaning, you know, do a really good thorough cleaning in thinking late April, if possible.
Would the rental be a wet sweeper or a dry sweeper?
Yeah, no, it's a full-blown
Okay.
wet
Okay.
truck sweeper. Pretty reasonable, really. We're still waiting on one price. We're looking anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000, somewhere in that range for a week, which I thought was very reasonable. So get that lined up. We're gonna try it, I think, and then throughout the summer and into the fall, we'd go back to totally outdoors, doing there once a month or whatever we need.
So when you do that, Nate, is that just you go down the street one time it's done, or do you have to go down
So,
several times?
in years past, like, we used to use Buckeye sweeping, and I'd give them a map of the streets we want done, and they'd give us like 8 hours. They'd come in and hit as much of it as they could. So they usually did the state routes and then the downtown area. And they'd try to make as many passes as they could in that 8 hours, but what you run into, like at the south end of town, the curbs are packed full a lot of times. They'll sweep it as much as they can, but they aren't getting it fully cleaned up. This, if we know we have it coming for a week, we can go out the week ahead and prep everything, get the big stuff, pick up debris, you know, that kind of stuff, and really do much more thorough job is my goal. And the last thing I have is we're now on the clock with COSI for our water billing. We got an updated quote from them middle of last week, got that returned to them, so we're just waiting on them to call. We go on their schedule. They set up a time with us when they can do the implementation and the merge of the data, taking our current information, merging it into the new system. And then obviously there's a lot of review, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Hoping, I really don't know what to expect. When we talked last winter, or I'm sorry, end of last year, several months ago, not a year ago, he was optimistic that like 4 to 6 weeks from when we sign, we could be working on implementation. So I'm optimistic we'll still be in that window, but we just haven't heard from him yet. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I believe that's it.
Question on the street sweeping. Ballpark, what would one cost? If you know.
Well, the one company we looked at, they had some used ones. They were, I know like,
Some of them being a couple hundred, but
yeah, a couple 100,000.
sky's the limit. 3 to 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to think for one that size-wise, what we'd want, I would guess 300,000 to 400,000, somewhere in there.
Maybe a little less.
Yeah.
Now they've got a few more options, a few more companies.
Mhm.
Is that it?
I think so.
Okay, all
Thanks.
right. Chief?
I just have a couple things. Logan Shows, he's one of our newest patrolmen. His probation ends Friday, the 28th. I'm recommending to you guys that he be removed just a few days short. There's no point in going any further. He's doing a great job. I have nothing but good to say about him, so if I can get your guys' approval of motion to take him off of probation.
I'll make the motion. Approve them.
A second, Con.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Con.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Woolen. Hoffstetter.
Aye.
And Kellogg.
Yes.
Thank you. The other thing is the Cooper update. I think the last meeting I said we were hopefully in the hunt for it. I haven't heard anything. They're gonna pick up the car that's going out of service tomorrow, and they'll take it to their shop, remove the equipment that we'll have transferred into the new one. Our car's not in yet, but the salesman is hopeful within a month that we'll have our new car down, all ready to go. The only thing I'll have to do then is get it, the decals put on it. I can't schedule that because I don't know exactly when the new car's coming in, but at least we're making headway, so hopefully by mid-April, it should be in service. That's all I have.
Thank you. Bobby?
All right, all I have is that we've been talking a lot of insurance information around here. We had a meeting last week with a company that proposed a policy which looked really good, gave us lots of information. It was a very informational meeting. So what we're doing right now, the reason I don't have anything to give to you guys today is we're still waiting on Assured Partners, our current plan administrator, to get our renewal information to me. They've promised that here in the next couple weeks, so by next meeting, we'll have a decision to make about our property liability insurance.
Bob?
Yes, thank you. So on vacation until Wednesday of last week, but since then, come back and we're still working on the trailer park issues and moving forward with that. Millersburg Elementary, there's movement on that. I don't want to go into a lot of detail. People can ask me about it afterwards, including any people in the audience for that matter. The lawsuit, nothing new to report on that, so in a holding pattern, and that's it.
All right, thank you. Our upcoming committee meetings, we have Just Design Review Board on March 5th, no planning and zoning. And then the Business and Housing Committee will meet on March 12th at 6. Do we have any other committee meeting dates to write down?
I don't have a date, but I want to do it when the weather starts getting a little bit warmer. I'd like to have a meeting at one of the parks.
Okay.
So, but I don't have any specific date
Okay.
at this point.
That's good. I did want to tell you that Tina Owens, her realty company, will be cleaning up Airport Park this year for Arbor Day. So last year they did Deer Run, so this year they're going to do Airport Park.
For the finance committee, Bobby had said that she would recommend like just a meeting like maybe late June. So since it's so
Okay.
far out, I'll wait
Wait, okay,
until
that sounds,
closer to the time.
okay, that sounds
It
good.
was, interestingly, I was telling Brent by email that we got word from the Holmes County Auditor that we are not required to do a budget this year. Now, that said, that's always been required up until now, but some counties do, some counties don't. Ours always did, and they've changed that this year. Now, we're still obviously gonna work mid-year on a budget. We'll get everybody's wish list, what's needed, projects, things like that, to start looking at it. But that won't have to be certified by the auditor's office this year, so.
Any
Kind of
idea
something
why
that-
that changed?
I don't, I'm not sure.
Just enjoy
I just
that,
like
Less stress for you.
Yeah.
Less stress for you. That's good.
The commissioners' grant meeting out at the fairgrounds is in April, and I forget what dates.
I know, I had that paper and I didn't put it in my thing. I'll talk about the
I
next
don't
meeting.
remember either.
Yeah, it's coming up, you're right. That was a great meeting.
Yeah.
The commissioners did a good job with that. And the police committee will be to be continued too.
I should know this, after however many years I've been here. Parks and cemeteries, at the same
Yeah,
people.
same.
Could we maybe look at making it a dual committee meeting? Pat and I just talked today, so I think it's appropriate to bring it up. He's starting to think about opening another section off the cul-de-sac road. I think it'd be good to bring him in, go over what his thinking is and the timing of it. I think it'd be good to get started now. We're not sold out, but we're getting to where we should probably start laying out the next section. So it might be a good time to combine those.
That would be good. Public Works, do you have any idea on that?
Nate said it's I asked him about when would I need to have one, and he said like a public works meeting, when would I?
Yeah, we've always historically done them as needed,
That's what I
as
asked Nate.
things, you know, if there's
Okay.
rate changes or things like
So
that.
you would tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I asked him
Yeah.
about
Okay,
that.
all right,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right, great,
Yeah.
thank you. We don't have any legislation. Do we have any old business?
Do we need to make a decision to have the traffic light people put those?
No, I reached out after the
Okay.
meeting and, you know, thanked him for coming and everything and told him, go ahead and
Okay.
put us down for the free trial you
Okay,
offered
Good,
at a minimum.
Yep.
And let us know, let me know when you're ready to talk about
okay.
that
I wasn't sure
installation.
if we
and
needed to
We're just waiting
make a
on them.
decision on that or not.
No.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Figured we'll jump on the offer to
Absolutely.
try it out.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you said something, because I think it was assumed that they were gonna do that, that it
Yeah.
wasn't.
We didn't
Definitive.
make a motion or anything like that, so yeah, good.
Okay.
I jumped ship and just did it, okay?
That's great, that's great. I asked Taylor and some of our business owners to come and talk about Dora.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Taylor Super. It's nice to see you all again. I'm the director of Historic Downtown Warrensburg, almost for a year now. At the end of this week, it'll be a year. So that's exciting. But we've been making a lot of headway on Dora, and I just want to provide a brief update. Some of you are on the committee, and several of you have been updated through our merchant meetings and our newsletters. But right now, we are I'm about 3/4 of the way through the application alongside the committee. We just have some finalizing to do. So we have a meeting this coming Wednesday at the chamber with the Dora committee. And then Bob and I will actually finalize the committee, make sure all the application and make sure all like the legalese is correct and ready to go. And then I will, hopefully the goal is to have the committee here to present it at the March 10th meeting. And then, as I believe, we'll have 3 public hearings after that. And then Kelly and the village will submit it to the state. And we should be operating by like May, June, I would think. We just have to kind of look out the fine details on that. So I just want to kind of review everything that I talked about whenever I was here in October. So back in October, I came here and I shared a little bit about Dora, and I just want to give a little bit of refresher on what we talked about back then. So we did survey the community, and we had 220 responses from July 29th to August 9th of 2024. And we had a nearly 92% yes vote for members in favor of Dora, and a 8.2% vote of folks not in favor of Dora. So out of that, we had about 83% say that it would increase their interest in visiting Millersburg, and about 17% say that it would not increase their interest in visiting Millersburg. So with that, at that time, I had reported that as of April 2024, there were 167 Dora communities. I know at least 3 more have been established since then, so I'm sure we'll get updated numbers this year for how many communities we have. So nearby Dora communities include Worcester, Ashland, Coshocton, Mount Vernon, New Philly, they were in the works, and Massillon. And then I shared a little bit about the Dora boundaries. Sorry, this is really small, but this is a boundary map. I know it's kind of hard to see, but just kind of encompasses the downtown of several of these other Dora communities. And then a sidewalk sticker that says the Dora boundary ends here, and a street sign that says the Dora boundary will end here. So what our committee has decided is if Dora passes, we will do sidewalk stickers that have, you know, no Dora past this point, and it will be very, very definitive, saying that, you know, this is where Dora ends. I'll get into what we have proposed as our boundaries in a second. Then I do have an example of what our Dora cups will theoretically look like. So it'll just say Dora, designated outdoor refreshment area on one side. And on the other side, it'll go through a couple of guidelines such as the times it's permitted, which the committee decided Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then only within the Dora boundaries, only beverages sold by a Dora establishment are allowed to be consumed. Dora cups may not be taken from one establishment into the other, and then a reminder to drink responsibly, and then a little square where they can put the date. So that's kind of what we've got for the cups, that's both sides. So it kind of gives like a clear instruction on what you can and can't do with Dora. So with that, we will then design probably some stickers that look similar to this, that says Dora sold here, with a red one that says no Dora allowed into this business, and then a green one that says Dora beverages allowed. So that it's very, very clearly, you know, shown what is, where it is and is not allowed to go. So, like I said, our committee has determined that Thursday through Saturday would be our proposed time, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then that could be extended or, you know, revoked depending on how council is feeling about it, because just a reminder, it is in your hands entirely. So if we have any issues or would have any issues with Dora, you could revoke it at any time. Again, we have been talking to countless Dora communities, and none of which have proposed they've had any problems or any issues with Dora in their downtown. So no increased crime, no, you know, drunk people passing on the street, nothing like that. So we're still, you know, still hearing good things about it, positive things about the impacts that it's having on their communities. And as you can see, we've got quite a few business owners here who I think are here to support Dora, and they do believe that it would have a positive impact on their business and the businesses surrounding them. So our proposed boundary right now would go Center Alley, which is the alley behind the Hotel Millersburg, and it would go all the way down to Domino's, and then it would end there, and then we'd go from Jackson Street here, and then back on, that's Clinton, right? Okay, Clinton Alley, from the American Legion up to behind Bags. And then we would incorporate the village parking lot that sits there across from Bags on Monroe Street? Okay, so that's what our proposed boundary is looking like right now, but that's just kind of our general update, and just wanted to share with you that we'll be, at least our committee and myself will be back on the next council meeting to hopefully have our Dora application. So yeah, that's kind of all I've got for that. That's my update. Does anybody have any questions for me about Dora or?
So I do assume that the people that are here, they're supportive of Dora. Okay. The questionnaire that you put out there, where you had the 92% approval, how did you do that, or how did you go about asking that question? What format was that? I wasn't clear.
We did it on Google Forms.
Google Forms.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was shared on Facebook.
Okay.
I shared it on our HDM page. I believe Kelly shared it on her mayor page, and then we shared it across the groups.
Okay.
And it was up for, I think, like 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
So, and then we surveyed our merchants as well.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions?
Taylor, maybe, I don't know if you know this or if this would be a question for Bob, but if down the road we say, hey, this is going well, we want to expand it from Thursday through Sunday to 7 days a week, what is the process for expanding that time?
I believe that we just have to resubmit that particular part of the application, but I am not sure.
I don't know the answer to that question, but yeah, we would have to have it approved in Columbus in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know exactly what that process is.
Would council have to be the ones to support to?
Yeah, council would have to sign off on it.
Is it difficult to get the approval from Columbus?
I don't think so. I think
As
it's a
long
matter
as
of they
council-
look at the form, and if it's in order, because the council has already approved it. I don't want to use the term rubber stamp, because that sounds like it's, you know, they don't look at it, but I think they do look at it, and if
businesses would like to share. Thank you.
What we said last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Could you email that application that you have done so far to the committee members so we can look at it before the meeting
Yeah, I'll do
Wednesday?
that. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, that's a good idea. We can add it in the packets. Any other old business? Any new business? Any visitors wish to address council? Okay. Can we adjourn into executive session to consider the employment of a public employee or official?
Make that motion.
Second.
Lynn?
Aye.
Excuse me, Hofstadter.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Khan.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Okay, I will also ask counsel, the administrator's assistant, the fiscal officer, the chief, and the solicitor to stay for executive session. Thank you all so much. Have a great evening.